Hey everyone, Goatee here. Welcome back to my Rimworld series where I previously finished the classic ending of Rimworld and sent Beyonder to space and beyond. But this time, I'm playing the next ending, Royalty. So let's get started. We're dropping in with the usual Cassandra classic on adventure mode and crash lander scenario. I started in the desert and do my usual stockpile, farm setup and base building. With the initial setup done, the game asked me to name the settlement. Summoning 100% of my massive brainpower and unmatched creativity genius, I named the faction Royalty Loyalty and the town Desert Peasant because I am that creative. From there, I continued nurturing my little dirt pile base, hoping it might one day be worthy of a high and mighty royal noble. But Cassandra couldn't let me be happy for long. The first raid arrived, the monster pirate. Upon hearing the alarm, I braced for impact, but I ended up seeing just one guy. It's a shame his whopping 2 intelligence convinced him he could solo my entire colony. Spoiler alert, he did not. But it seems the pirates took that loss personally. They immediately launched another invasion. And by invasion, I meant they just sent another single guy. Back to base building and researching, I decided to start building my first outer wall, but apparently the mere sight of my logistic layout deeply offended the local raiders, because from this point on, anytime a raid spawned, they completely ignored me and marched straight into the spider cave south of my base.
But why?
It didn't matter where they spawned from, they just hated those spiders. Eventually Cassandra quieted down, and the desert peasants enjoyed a few days of peace. But at some point the spiders must have bled out, meaning my 3 feminist security guards were officially out of business. So it was my time to spam spike traps to deal with the next one-man army. With winter approaching, I built a tailor's bench to whip up some parkas. I also finished researching gun turrets. With my kill box built and my colonists warm and cozy, I received a distress signal, a wanderer named Sakura Koji who wanted to join my side, and this one had an intellectual stat of 8 actual brain cells. So naturally I accepted the invitation to join my colony. Welcome to the colony, nerd. As I expanded the base, I noticed a slight issue. We were running out of food, and Cassandra must have been feeling guilty because she suddenly dropped a cargo pod full of raw mushrooms. With the mushrooms securing a few extra days of survival, I built some hydroponics for my future food supply. No more starvation on my watch. At this point, the game slowly stopped being a chaotic Rimworld experience and turned into a peaceful monk meditation session. Why? Because I realized that to progress in the Royalty DLC, I needed to befriend the Empire. One thing I didn't realize though, is I was extremely hostile, but by sheer luck, Cassandra gave me a peace quest, so I sent 3 of my colonists to learn their ways. With my 3 colonists on their long-term holiday, the base was shockingly peaceful. Those classic one-man raids that continued to haunt me just kept walking to my traps, whilst I casually sped up my research. Eventually, my 3 colonists returned, and we were back in full operation. Finally, I can begin to start my royal descent. The Empire requested that I send a colonist over to help them. This was my moment, my opportunity to bring ultimate honor to my family. Finally starting this mission, I chose Erica to be a noble member in the colony. I began building a throne room, like so lavish it will make kings and queens of the old world weep with jealousy. I also noticed our fridge was completely overflowing with food, so I ordered my cook to crank out 50 simple meals like he was trying to survive a dinner service on Hell's Kitchen.
Finally, some good fucking food.
With the throne room finished, Erica was promoted to Acolyte. But the local bandits clearly didn't like the idea of a monarchy rising in their backyard, because they actually sent more than one raider this time. Adorable. Too bad my kill box turrets and traps absolutely shredded them. A few months into the royal lifestyle, the Empire hit us up with another task. This time, they wanted me to build a massive monument and protect it for 71 days. Easy peasy. So off I went building the shrine and protecting it for 71 days. and the Empire found it so incredibly honourable that they offered to promote Erica to a knight. I just had to make a few minor upgrades to the throne room. With Erica officially knighted, I went right back to expanding her bedroom. She was genuinely trying to live a better life than a Disney princess. But then I realised the Empire loved the monument quest so much, I already unlocked the favour required for the next title, Crater. So off I went, upgrading the throne room again, and handed Erica her new shiny title. With our new title came new problem. It turns out the great and powerful Empire is actually incredibly incompetent, and I needed to clean up the mess. They have somehow angered the local pirate faction and wanted us to do the fighting. Naturally, I took the job because Erica needed the honour, but the moment I accepted, the pirates arrived quicker than a mouse smelling cheese. With pitchforks and torches at the ready, they rushed straight into my kill box. But thanks to the overwhelming firepower of my automated turrets, I didn't even have to lift a finger. The survivors saw their buddies get vaporized and immediately retreated, fleeing for their lives. And just like that, by cleaning up the Empire's garbage, Erica secured the title of Baron. At this point, my colony had so much resources I could fulfill any ridiculous demand Erica threw at me. No, Erica, for the last time, I cannot give you dino nuggies. Since we were getting close to the endgame, I began expanding our house, building 2 massive guest rooms for the Imperial VIPs who will eventually visit. Seeking to show off peak hospitality and nobility, I used the finest wood logs to carve luxury beds and statues for the rooms, trying to create a 5-star hotel for Royal Noble. From there, everything became peaceful again. Days bled into weeks as my colonists spent their time meditating, waiting for that honor quest. And eventually, Cassandra delivered with another "please clean up a mess" quest from the Empire. Again, I accepted, and this time they gave me 2 Imperial soldiers. The enemy had set up a temporary camp nearby. So I marched my mini army over there and told them to go away. With the clamp cleared, another Imperial quest immediately popped up. A distress signal. A noble was about to crash land and needed emergency protection. However, these raiders were fast, spawning almost instantly. Only Erica managed to sprint to the crash site in time, play bodyguard. Unfortunately, 2 of the generic NPC guards got absolutely obliterated, but the main VIP survived. Mission accomplished, honor secured. With several more days passing, I received another quest, and honestly, at this point, the more I work with the Empire, the more I realize they don't actually run a galaxy-spanning civilization. They just run a high-end drama club that constantly gets bullied by some space pirates. But this time, the game threw a curveball at me. The enemies weren't human, they were mechanoids. The first wave of robots dropped in with a psychic mood killer. Fortunately for me, the mechoids were quietly quitting and decided to sleep on the job instead of attacking. The next wave brought a sunblock and some turrets. And the final wave added a giant countdown timer designed to wake up the entire cluster. I noted a design flaw in the mechanoids. The buildings they dropped were technically deconstructible, and they wouldn't aggro unless I attacked them. So I sent a colonist on a stealth mission to sneakily deconstruct the entire base from right under their robotic noses. And with that, I successfully protected the VIPs and granted Erica the final ultimate title, Archon. With the endgame quest finally popping up, there was a little tiny problem with the quest. The game wouldn't let me accept the final quest because there were still a few lingering mechanoids sleeping on my map. So I only did the polite thing for them. I built a mortar and began launching high explosive shells directly on their sleeping heads. This baited the angry tin cans into rushing into my kill box, where they would quickly turn into scrap metal. Now with the title secure and the map cleared, it was time for the Royal Ascent. Accepting the quest brought the Stellar Arch to my colony, along with 4 heavily geared Imperial Cataphract Knights. And honestly, I realised I never needed my own colonists to lift a single finger for the rest of the game. These Imperial Knights were so absurdly buffed, they single-handedly deleted every single endgame raid that dared to step into my kill box. It didn't matter if the raiders were ranged, melee, or accidentally getting blasted in the back by my own turrets. These knights absolutely wiped the floor with them. And eventually, the Imperial dropship arrived. The Stellar Arch gave the green light to Tikarika from my colony, and off into the cosmos she goes. And that is the end of Royalty DLC. Honestly, this felt a bit short, and Cassandra definitely went easy on me on the war crimes this time. But as you just saw, there was still enough ridiculous moments for me to squeeze a video out of it. Before I wrap up, you might have noticed that my channel avatar looks a little different. A massive shout out to Employer who made him. He looks absolutely stunning. Look at the man. They also helped me design the new banner that's currently living on my channel page. I linked the details in the description below so you can go show them some support. Hopefully we will have more good designs coming soon, so definitely keep an eye out for those. But as usual, if you want to watch me suffer in real time, I'm live on Twitch every Wednesday and Sunday, and smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. I shall see you guys in Ideology and Biotech.